Ladies and gentlemen, and NB friends everywhere in between, whatever you are, welcome. Welcome back to what I am calling, I think I'm sticking with it, Talkōbon. Talkōbon, which is going to be my little manga podcast that I am talking about on a typically weekly basis, as long as I can keep doing it. And I think I can, because this is literally what people want from me. This is all anyone wants from me, is to continue talking for long periods of time. This week, we are going to be talking about Choujin X. Choujin X. Sui Ishida. I don't know if most people know who that is, but you should, because that's the person that did Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul, obviously one of those, I won't say classics, but it's a cornerstone, I would say, in manga. A lot of people know about it. There's quite a few people that know about it. Whether or not you like it is up to you, but my thing is, I think Tokyo Ghoul set a brisk pace, I won't say walked, to let Choujin X run. I think Choujin X, if you have not seen some of the panels and stuff from Choujin X, it is quite something. We'll talk about that more here in a minute. But first, I have a sponsor. Hey y'all, I know there's something in this economy that you guys could need, and that is some free cash. Doesn't that sound great? Free cash sounds like a great idea. Freecash.com is a site you can sign up for and literally do things that you would probably normally do and get paid for it. Are you one of those people that sits down and takes surveys from BuzzFeed that tells you literally nothing about yourself, but you still click the questions anyway? What if they paid you to do that? That's right, you can get paid to do surveys on Free Cash. Are you a mobile gamer? You don't have to answer that question. If so, Free Cash will literally pay you to play games. It's incredibly easy. Once you reach a certain limit, you can cash out from multiple websites, including Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam. You can also withdraw money for things like V-Bucks and Roblox dollars. I don't even know what those are actually called because I don't play that game. But most importantly for me, things like CSGO, League of Legends, and Valorant also have withdraw options. So you best believe I'm doing that to get some skins in Valo. And if you'd like to get started today, you can go to freecash.com/r/BaronJ. That's right, freecash.com/r/BaronJ, and get started earning money for the things you already do today. So, Choujin X. How to put into words. Choujin X started like 2 years ago? I should probably have the Wikipedia page up. That's probably a good idea. But see, I don't want to read directly from it, you know? I want to share my experience. But I guess it does have the plot synopsis on there, so I can say that. Choujin X started about 2 years ago. Yeah, that's right. It was 2021. 2021, good lord. There is not a lot, actually. Let me see. I'm caught up for the most part. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. There's a new chapter. Well, I suppose I'll read that later. I might read that after this is done. There are 45 chapters of Choujin X up right now, as of recording this, and I feel it's worthy enough to talk about because it is very unique. It is very unique. How to put it? There's not a lot quite like it, I would say. There are elements from it. There are elements from Choujin X that are present in other manga, and that I don't think it's trying to emulate, but just the art alone is enough for this thing to shine by itself. Like, I'm just going to pick a random chapter here. I'll go to chapter 24 so you can read along. And, oh, God. The first thing I see is it's a picture of Azuma. I'm pretty sure that's a younger Azuma. And just the art itself is incredible artwork. And to say that's on the low end, I'm going to say that is exactly on the low end of what I think comes from Choujin X. That is going to be the standout thing. I'm going to talk about that straight up right off the bat. I'm going to do that for like 5 minutes. The art in Choujin X is incredible art. It is such like almost like watercolor uniqueness. In the first, the one that's right on the Wikipedia page, actually, I'll even say that first Talkōbon volume cover, I don't know how else to say it. That first volume cover is amazing. It's weirdly almost photorealistic, but looks like a watercolor painting. painting, rather. Excuse me. That's my southern drawl coming out. You'll have to excuse me. My voice is Kentucky fried. Let me go back to. Oh wait, hang on. I popped open the Choujin X volumes in the app, and they also look like that. All of the volume covers are like that. Oh, that's cool. I'm just going to go back to chapter 1. Good God. The first panel of Choujin X, you see the first panel is this bizarre, kind of evokes Griffith from Berserk in a way, with Tokyo right next to him. That is what I believe to be the Beast Choujin. I'm just reading through Tomato. I'm just popping through a lot of this, and even in some of the gag panels and stuff like that. Obviously, the cross hatching. I believe Ishida is known for that. The incredible shading and stuff. But within the first chapter, there is so much. Even in the panels that don't show like full action and stuff like that, there is just an insane amount of detail, and that only gets better. Again, same thing that I said, I believe, in my last episode with Ranger Reject, and a lot of the manga that come out nowadays are doing this. It's this very unique framing where not a lot of the panels are uniform. I'm on page 19. Looking at this, where this student is getting ready to fight this guy. Actually, I don't know if he's fighting. I think he's been fought. He's been kicked. That's right. And you can see this, just like, again, the framing is insane, but just like the dynamic pose and the stylization of the characters is just, there's not a lot that's like that. It's very unique. It's magnetic to the eyes, I would say. It draws you in, and I like it a lot. And I'm continuing to scroll through just looking at this art. It is incredible. That is one of the main draws, is that as the manga continues, as Choujin X continues, getting on into the later chapters so far, like somewhere around 30, 35, I think, it gets pretty wild. And Ishida does this crazy thing where I'd have to say it's more eldritch in nature, very, very much like Elder God stuff that starts to happen later on in the volumes, that gets so out there in terms of visual representation. And again, even in not necessarily what I was just talking about, even in like the main characters, in their representation and in how some of the powers of these beasts are shown, it gets absolutely. Well, no, not beasts. Choujin is what they're called. You know what? I should probably talk about the plot instead of the art. That would make sense, wouldn't it? I guess it's the story of the two boys. Hang on, Wikipedia page. Yeah. It's two boys in Yamato Prefecture. Prefecture, I think is how you say it. I don't know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. What it is there's a boy, Azuma, and there's another boy, Tokyo, who are, I guess they're described here as polar opposites or complete opposites. Yeah, I would say that's accurate. I'd say that's accurate. I don't know why I'm questioning that. That's very true. In this area, in this world that they live in, there are these things called Choujin that are these humans that have abilities, your quirks from My Hero Academia, if you will. They're why did I say academia, like macadamia? I don't know. Academia. It's very much like a devil fruit kind of situation, where it's like, you know, I ate the tree fruit and now I'm a tree man. Except it's not that. It's like I am the tree Choujin, so I look like a tree, or I have the ability to like grow my arms into branches and stuff like that, and I can regenerate limbs or something like that. That's the kind of idea that the Choujin are. They are sort of not dissimilar to ghouls in a way, where the ghouls have like their own individual abilities and stuff like that. From Tokyo Ghoul, rather, the previous one of the previous things that Ishida penned. Also, Ishida. My country accent makes me want to pronounce everything in Japanese wrong. It is so bad. God, let me tell you, I listened back to some of my older videos where I'm talking and I say like Sawano, Hiroyuki Sawano. I go Sawano, things like that, where I'm just like pronouncing it like a friggin' bumpkin, and it drives me insane. But anyway, that's besides the point. With Choujin X, there is this overarching theme of, I would say, humanity, or lost humanity, or finding your humanity in ways that you don't know. It's also just balls to the wall insane from the jump. It's very, very wild. Anyway, the plot. Back to the plot. I am all over the place this morning. Anyway, two boys, Azuma, Tokyo. They live in Yamato Prefecture. There's Choujin everywhere. I was talking about Choujin. That's what got me off track. Good friends. They're going home one day, and one of these Choujin things tries to kill them. They find what is it? I don't remember what the drug is called, but they find this drug that can turn them into Choujin. And they're like, oh shit, we're gonna die. We can't die. So the two of them decide to take the drug and turn into Choujin themselves. So they become these creatures, and not really a spoiler because you'll see it in the art. Tokyo becomes the Beast Choujin. He becomes a sort of really cool design. It's like this sort of like weird part human, part bird, part like other bits of animal, demon looking guy. And it's really, really cool. Azuma, I don't know if I can talk about what he becomes because I think that's like a slight spoiler. I think so, yeah. But his is also very, very out of left field. You're like, what does that mean? Very interesting design. Sort of like bag on head fighty man when you first see him turn into it. But in the long run, so far from what we've seen, this is a story about, it's one part investigative sort of fighting force, one part friends that learn how to fight and reconcile with each other. There is a third character that I haven't mentioned that you do see in the first chapter, which is, I'm gonna say it's Ellie, I think. She is this sort of country bumpkin that comes to the Yamato Prefecture and is the like smoke Choujin and like can sort of pour smoke out of herself and stuff like that. That's probably not going to be a spoiler because if they do adapt this, you will see it's also on the volume covers, you can see that she is like emitting smoke from her feet. She's cute. I like her. She's got this sort of like I'm invincible country girl attitude to her, which, I'm from Kentucky, I relate. I can relate. But what I have gathered from what I've read so far, we're learning the history of why the Choujin exist. There's a little bit of your shonen, like we're going to magical high school kind of vibe for a few chapters, but it's like one part coming of age drama, one part investigative drama, one part Eldritch Nightmare. There's a lot of dynamic that goes into the plot of this, and it from the way I'm describing it, I know it sounds like it's all over the place. It's really not. It is one cohesive story, and it makes a lot of sense. Also, the characters individually are very, very well written, very, very well thought out, and it's the dynamics between them that sort of make this shine even more than it would have just on its own. And again, it is still ongoing, so there is a lot there that I like. It works really, really well. Now, it's not without its drawbacks. The things that I said before, it kind of seems like it's all over the place. There are some bits that feel a little out of place, but I would say it's a talent of the author, Ishida's sort of knack for taking things out of pocket that you're like, that's, well, not out of pocket in the traditional sense. It's sort of like, for example, there is like a traditional like a beach arc that they do for a couple chapters where they go to an island and they do island stuff where He makes it make sense for them to be there. It's not just, out of nowhere all of a sudden that's where they go. There is sort of purposefulness that comes with the way that the story is written, and I like it. I like that a lot. But again, that's just one of the few things that I can say I probably dislike about it. And I think the only other complaints that I would have is that some of the characters I feel like could be a little bit more fleshed out. But again, it is ongoing. There's time for him to do that. I'm just gonna say, in all honesty, I know it's a quick wrap up. I guess I could talk more about the art a little bit. I kind of gushed about that from the get-go. Seriously, if you are a fan of stuff that has great art, if you like really great art, this manga is absolutely jam-packed with incredible art, really unique storytelling, great characters. Like I said, just a really weird dynamic that you wouldn't think works, and it does. It really does. And I think that's gotta be where I leave it. Thank you for stopping by my little manga corner here at Talkōbon. If you'd like to keep supporting the channel, you can check out my sponsor. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.